Welcome back. Episode 4. We've had a little bit of a break because we've been busy setting up other things. Cam's new business being one of them.
And yours.
What? Yeah, and mine. But before we do start, so we just want to say thank you to Bree Masters at Loose Kid. She sent the show a massive care package and we appreciate it.
Yeah, massively. Thank you very much.
It blew us away a bit. So yeah, Bree Masters, Loose Kid, thank you. It's muchly appreciated.
What we're going to talk about today then?
So I think it's right after the year that we've both had. Probably just let's reflect on the competitions that we've done.
Yeah, definitely. That's a good idea. That I like that a lot.
Like it's been an absolutely massive year for me, competing wise, and I know you've.
Yeah, definitely. For the back end of this year for me, it's been ridiculous, especially competition wise.
Just for context, like Cam's gone from a bodybuilder to a CrossFit Games fucking athlete in.
I wouldn't say CrossFit Games athlete,
nearly. He's nearly in there. But yeah, it's been a big year for both of us, mate, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So, how's that transition been for you then? Like, obviously.
Well, it's been over a 3-year period.
Yeah.
About 3.5 year period. And to be fair, it was one of the easiest transitions I've ever done, coming out of bodybuilding and going into CrossFit.
Mm-hmm.
I actually started a little bit of CrossFit in the second lockdown, I think it was.
Right.
The partner I had at the time, she did CrossFit, and she was like, "Do you want to try some? We'll just do some like in the garage and then bits and bobs." I was like, "Yeah, sure."
Mm-hmm.
And when I did that, I was like, "I want to revisit this because this is hard," and I enjoyed the hardness of it. It was something else. I just thought, like if you're pushing yourself, this is something to really go at.
Yeah. Was that that reel that you put on the other week, was it a snatch you did? Was that from your first session in the garage then, or was that?
No. So that was I think that was the first Saturday of the first week, or the second Saturday of the second week that I'd started CrossFit.
Wow. And what was on the bar?
60 kilo, I think, or 40 kilo. And mate, it fucking buried me.
Yeah, it wasn't pretty, was it?
Because from bodybuilding, you've always used barbells. You've always used to moving weight and doing stuff. And like prior to doing that snatch, I'd just done a double back squat at 200 kilos.
Wow, that's big.
Do you know what I mean? And then I was like, I'm down to at maximum 60 kilo. It probably more like 50.
Mm-hmm.
And it just fucking leveled me near enough. I was like, what on earth is this? This is such a different sensation, feeling, and movement. I was just like, fucking hell.
But don't you find, like, with bodybuilding, a lot of it is stiff, it's rigid, it's force, you're driving the force, you are the force yourself. Where with CrossFit, a lot of it is momentum. You're creating that force for the bar to move naturally. So that is something that's completely different, quite hard to like. You see it when I'm coaching it. You see it. People are like, when they're cleaning, you let the bar roll onto your shoulders, don't you?
Yeah.
You see people catching it like that, and like their arms, you can see the veins in their arms. You're like, just let your arms breathe, boys.
Yeah,
like,
just relax a touch.
Just chill a bit. But yeah, it is. It's a wild sport.
Yeah, I mean, you've just started doing. You've done 2 CrossFit classes this week, haven't you? I know when we got here, you said that you've been flattened by them.
Yeah, like I same as you, come out of lockdown, wanted something new. I started CrossFit then, so I started CrossFit. When was lockdown? 4 years ago?
Couldn't tell you, 4 or 5 years ago, something like that.
Did CrossFit for 2 years, 2 or 3 years, and then I was getting really good at my weightlifting. I did my British weightlifting courses. I had a weightlifting coach, brilliant. Did a snatch, got it at 100 kilos. I was like, oh, we're flying. Like, that was a PB at the time. Then I did it again. I got 105, and then I did 110, and my shoulder went back. And since then, like, I can't, even jumping on a bar to do a kipping pull-up absolutely buries me. So I did make the change into like Hyrox. I'm not going to say hybrid training because it gives me the ick. But Hyrox, running, more like push-pull splits kind of thing.
Yeah.
Just for my body. But this week, I did a CrossFit workout Monday when I left you, and then I did a CrossFit workout yesterday, Sunday. Oh, tried to run this morning, mate. My back is in absolute bits.
I'm going to say, how have you found going back to it After having how long would you say you've been away from it now?
About 2 years.
About 2 years.
Yeah, about a year and a half. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's one of them, innit? Like, it comes back. The movements come back, but I have noticed my body's not used to moving in them positions no more. So it's a lot more difficult to snatch. It's a lot more difficult to clean. Obviously, the weights that I was doing before aren't there.
Yeah.
But back then I couldn't run a sub 25k. So it's like you take.
Gotta get them swings and roundabouts, aren't you?
But like just with that, like obviously I'm saying that I'm absolutely nailed from doing a big session yesterday. I think one of your biggest comps this year had been the Marbella Champs, was it?
Yeah.
So was that a 4-day event?
What was it over? I think it was over 3 days. Yeah, for Friday, Saturday, Sunday it was over 3 days, and I think we did 7 events over 3 days.
So how was your body feeling then through that?
Surprisingly all right. I don't know if that's because of the sun or what. I mean, I don't drink, so you know, you ain't got to worry about any alcohol. Possibly a bit of dehydration at times, but yeah, I just think the sun and just eating right.
Probably the vibe of the place.
Yeah,
as
the
well,
atmosphere. You know, the people that you're around, just everything about it just made it feel. I wouldn't say easy, but it didn't feel. It didn't break you. Or should I say, like the level that we was at, it didn't break us.
And would you say like that was your biggest comp of the year? Would you say?
No.
No.
I would say I did rep it out 2 weeks later, I think, or 3 weeks later in the elite category.
Wow.
In pairs.
Yeah.
With a lad called Mikey Smith who I compete with. And weirdly enough, that competition, I had anxiety attacks about it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Wow.
I had sleepless nights. I'd wake up thinking, you know, in like sweats and stuff like that, and it was all leading up to this one competition. On the day, I couldn't talk to no one really. I was like Harvey Price. I just had a set of headphones on. I was just walking around with headphones on just to block people out and stuff, because I was like so nervous and on edge, because I just felt like, how the fuck am I in this category?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
was there like qualifiers for that?
Yeah, so we did qualifiers, and you know, props to my partner. He pulled the fucking boat for majority of it. On the weightlifting one, I think that's the only area that I did anything. Yeah. And then after that, he did majority of the rest. But yeah, like I say, that competition itself, I think there was one night where I screamed in my sleep.
No. So, what do you think then? Like, this is quite good actually, because this is something that I think about all the time. So, obviously, you're not. Let's say you're struggling on the build up to it. Yeah. Mentally. Yeah. Sometimes I think like nerves are good. I get nervous when I compete. Like nerves are natural. It's like it's a part of competition.
It's fight or flight, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's a part of it that it's probably one of my favourite parts in the lead up to a comp. But then I think pressure and nerves are completely different. Yeah. I think pressure is sort of made up.
Yeah, I think you put the pressure on yourself. That's where that sense of pressure comes from, and I think sometimes it's just nerves hyper focused. Yeah, that's what causes the pressure.
Like my personal opinion on pressure. So obviously this year I've had a few good races, a few bad races, which is normal in comps. The bad races you gain more from anyway, because you learn more. But like for me, so I'd come out of I did Birmingham. You was there with my family, and wasn't my greatest performance. But like that was due to, I don't know, let's say a sickness bug that I had the week before. Yeah. I knew that. I knew going into that I wasn't going to perform the best I was, so there was no real pressure. But I think if you're going into a competition and there's the pressure, there's not like been a sickness or there's been an injury, and the pressure's there, a lot of that time comes from you knowing that you haven't prepared the way you should have done. Yeah. Like pressure is preparedness that hasn't been prepared. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Would you say like that's something that you've ever felt? Like, have you ever gone into something where you're like, oh, I haven't trained as hard as I should have done, and now I'm here?
I'd probably say that. I mean, in the middle part of the year, especially this year, my primary focus wasn't training. Like, I was focused on business. and trying to grow a business to a point where it's going to be successful.
Yeah.
And obviously, Mikey would ring me and I'd speak to him and stuff, and he'd be like, "Oh mate, how's your training going?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's not going great. I'm just getting by." And then it wasn't till obviously the severe breakup that I went through where I was like, actually, I need to fucking knuckle down now because I need a purpose.
Yeah.
And throwing myself into competition after competition after competition was a brilliant purpose. But the caveat to that was I needed to train so much harder because I'd not done any of it prior. If I'd have done it from the beginning of the year, I wouldn't have had to have trained. You just have to train hard, but I wouldn't feel like I'd have had to have done what I'd done, like the hours wise, to prepare for any form of competition. And I think that's the beauty of CrossFit.
Yeah.
Unless obviously you are going to the games or semi-finals or anything like that, you don't prepare truly for a comp.
You just stay ready.
Yeah, you stay ready all year round. You know, you train that hard all year round that, you know, if someone said to me, "Do you want to do a comp next week?" Yeah.
Yeah, you can go in. You're not going to go in and it's going to be your best performance because you haven't specifically prepared for that. But it is a nice position to know. Like, do you know what? If I want to go do a CrossFit comp, I'm fucking ready to do it. If someone
100%.
wants me to go do, I don't know, a functional fitness comp, I'm there. It is a good position to be in. Just like you said there with obviously the breakup, and then that give you a bit of a purpose. Your training give you a purpose. It's crazy what coming out of something like a hardship and having that specific goal to train for helps. Like, I'm sure he won't mind me saying, but one of my close friends, he'd come out of a relationship recently and his head was up his arse, and he opted in with me for a bit. I was coaching him and he was like, "I just need a purpose." I said, just fucking book an ultra. Just book one. That's what I did. I was like, book an ultra, solve all your problems. And he didn't book one, but he'd planned to do one. And he did it. He did his 50k, absolutely smashed it out of the park. And I think that dragged him from this shitty point he was in into this new place where he was in, where he's more focused and able to figure shit out.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'd be able to elaborate on that more, but that, like, coming out of that because of that purpose is absolutely massive, isn't it?
100%.
Like, training wise.
Yeah, like I would say it's probably the biggest life hack in general is to give yourself a purpose in training.
Yeah.
And you'll figure a lot of stuff out.
Especially for blokes.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Like, you think of the amount of people, I'm sure my dad won't mind me saying this, but my dad's overweight. He has got a bad knee, he's got drop foot, but he doesn't do anything about it. And he's like, he mopes around a little bit thinking, oh, you know, I've got nothing to do, I don't feel like I've got a purpose. And it's because you're not giving yourself a purpose. You find your purpose, you give yourself a purpose, you know. He used to swim for fucking England.
Wow.
He used to be an extremely good swimmer. I used to hold county records, the lot, and you think of when you was back then, like you had that purpose of swimming. That was your goal, that was your purpose. You know, you had an end result that you wanted. So you didn't think, or you didn't sit there moping. You might think, oh shit, training's a bit shit at the minute, or fucking hell, I wish I could do this, I wish I could do that. But ultimately, it sets you up to be able to deal with a hell of a lot.
Yeah.
Because you've given yourself a purpose. You're now giving yourself that somewhat breathing room in your head, I feel, to think about things, to figure stuff out, because you're not sat with that voice in your head. You know, you're not sat there going, oh, what do I do? I've got no purpose. And then you just on this downward spiral.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of blokes struggle with that. A lot of blokes, you know, especially, let's say in their mid-30s, 40s, they've got a wife, they've got kids.
Yeah.
That was originally their purpose, to do that. They've got it all. Now they sit there thinking, well, what do I do now? And then they just go down and pub, or they just drink all the time. And it's like, there's so much more to do than just settle with what you've got. I don't mean go and find another person to settle down with, or you know, build bigger things for your family.
Keep pushing. Yeah,
keep pushing. You know, there's always something that you can strive to do in whatever area that you want to strive to do.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, your only constraint is how you see yourself and how you put yourself in a certain position. You know, if you don't push yourself, how on earth are you ever going to be, or how are you ever going to achieve anything?
Yeah, it's like with you doing hard stuff, the hard things become easier, so you can take on even more difficult, challenging things. And that's something that obviously there'll be different ways of doing it.
Yeah, 100%.
But obviously for me and you, competitions, training, that's sort of given us that that mental capacity of doing hard things to make harder things seem easier.
Yeah, because I guess it's like you, obviously, last weekend you raced at Hyrox London, didn't you? And I know you said you was worried about trying to keep up with your partner because he's a fucking extremely quick runner.
Oh my God.
But when I watched you, you weren't struggling.
Oh mate, I was.
You didn't look like it, mate.
Yeah.
Like you weren't ever that far behind him.
Yeah.
You know, you held your own on every station, but leading up to that, what was you like when we were sat outside? You was pacing around. You was nervous.
I was nervous. Like I know that I hadn't given my training absolutely everything, so I was nervous because of that reason. Brad's an absolute freak. Like running wise, I couldn't keep up with him. Put me on the stations, we'll be all right. But like running, he's an absolute freak. But again, it was a good event. I was nervous. I enjoyed it, and knowing that I was going to be the weaker athlete, shall we say, for that specific event, like it was humbling for me.
But you're only the weaker. In your head, you're only the weaker athlete on one part.
Yeah.
And in a Hyrox, you've got 8 stations and running.
And it was a team event, so
it's
like
team, so it's shared.
Yeah.
So you're not actually the weaker athlete because, well, is Brad going to push a sled half as easy as you?
No.
Is he going to pull on the rower half as easy as you? Probably not.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So you're not the weaker athlete. You just have your positive sides and your negative sides, like he does. You know, he's a very good runner, so he can push your running. When you're doing them Ks, he's pushing the pace and you're keeping up, which is pushing you as an athlete.
Yeah.
But then vice versa, when you're then getting on the station, you're then pushing the station, and he's now got to keep up with you. Yeah,
it's that's a good thing though, isn't it? Like being around people that 100%. Are better than you. I find like sometimes it doesn't happen a lot. This isn't me being big-headed, but I know like with what I do, I'm at a good level. I'd say I'm at a good level. Grimsby's obviously quite small, so sometimes I'll be in a room and I'm probably the number one guy at doing that specific sort of things. And I find when I'm in that position, I don't train as hard as I can.
Yeah.
Like whereas, obviously yesterday I was at the Effective thing, the launch for their new like pre-workout kind of thing, and I was probably at the bottom of the pile of the room, and I absolutely loved it. I pushed myself to get through a workout that I'd have probably coasted through before. There was people lifting more than me, people doing better gymnastics than me. Like being around that is so much more better for you 100%. Than probably being one of the better ones in the room.
100%, and that's what I'll say to anyone that trains is always put yourself in an atmosphere or an environment where you're not the big fish in the little pond. If you want to truly push yourself, go massively out of your comfort zone. Don't even try to be one of the good ones. Just try to learn from them.
Yeah, it's another thing like with that. So I'm sure he won't mind me saying, but my brother did an event yesterday. Now, like my brother's is had his difficulty over the last 12 years with drugs and alcohol, and it's been like quite difficult for us as a family. And like recently, there's been a bit of a change in him. So I'm really happy for him. Like he's done 120 days sober, clean, so no drugs, no drink, and he started training.
Oh, magic!
So yesterday we was at a comp together. First time I've ever competed with my brother since like we played football when we was kids. So it was absolutely massive for me. And he was absolutely shitting himself. He like it, for me it was like, oh, it's just like a walk in the park. You know, it's another run. It's another simulation kind of thing. But for him, he said similar to you, like he's not been sleeping. He's been stressing about it, and he he got through it. He did really well. I started crying at the end of it because I was proud of him, like buzzing for him. But with him being in that scenario, like he's had that experience now. Like we had a bit of a back and forth afterwards. We spoke about things, and he said he absolutely loved it. He said he loved being in there. Everyone was cheering him. Everyone knows like the journey he's been on to get from where he was 3 months ago to where he is now. And I'm hoping that environment that he's been exposed to, with like people building him up, people like pushing him.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that that's something that he's just going to keep like feeding into. Is like, oh my God, this is such a good feeling. Like people are supporting me. I'm bettering myself, and I'm just hoping that sort of shows him the side of competing, fitness, what it's actually about.
Yeah.
And like you said, that there's more to life than
100%.
going to the pub on a Friday or going out all weekend and not seeing your family.
Yeah, because I mean I say the big joke, but the one thing here at the minute, like Hyrox is the new going out.
Yeah.
And you know,
I completely agree with that.
I don't ever look down on Hyrox just because I do CrossFit. You know, I've done a Hyrox and it was fucking hard. I was bored.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, because I don't enjoy running. Enjoy the stations, but didn't enjoy running, so I was bored. But at the same time, that's a very good way of looking at stuff. If you've got lads and lasses that are now going and doing Hyroxes and making a weekend of it, and that's their kind of weekend out, night out, you know, it should be celebrated that instead of like taking piss out of it.
But I think like, especially with Hyrox, I think it's got quite a negative. People have got a negative idea about it, and I do think there's reasons that are justified with that.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, it is a fucking fashion show.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, and I've been guilty of it in the past. Like, I've been and I've bought new like shoes to go in. You know what I mean? Like, it is a bit of a dick slinging kind of thing.
Yeah, because the bit that makes me laugh is where they've all got the trail hats on indoors.
Yeah. Yeah.
Boys, come on. We're running indoors.
Yeah.
You don't need an hat on.
No. And it is like, I think that can be quite intimidating for people as well. Like that, it is, like I said, a fashion show. Don't get me wrong, there is some seriously good athletes in there, like absolute freaks. But you can see the difference between the people that do the nitty gritty and can bite down a bit, and then you see the ones that are like, you see these guys ripped to shreds, and they're running 6 minute kilometres, and you're like, come on, are you here because you want to pose your abs, or are you here to get the work done, kind of thing?
Yeah, that's it. And I guess some ways you know, you got to kind of say fair enough to pair of whichever side you're here for, because you're here doing it.
Yeah.
You know, you're not sat there being a slob or something like
overweight,
that.
Overweight,
not training.
Yeah.
But yeah, at some point, I just do think also, come on, like, treat it with the respect that I guess you know it should be treated with. Yeah. It's a hard event, and I know everyone's gonna get certain things out of it, and some people aren't competitive, and that's completely fine.
Yeah.
But if you're going around, walking around like you're bigger than Christmas, you need something to back it up, i.e. your time or your ability to do something about it. And if you don't, I just think like just calm down a bit with it.
You're letting yourself down.
Yeah, because I mean, I personally find, I don't think I've posted on my personal Instagram for a few days now, and I just think, why the fuck was I ever posting on it? And all I ever posted was training footage. But why am I posting training footage?
Yeah.
Well, it's probably because it's a bit of a dick slinging contest. Like, oh look, I'm still doing the do. I'm getting better. But who am I trying to prove that to?
But then with that, like, for me, I've been trying to post as much as I can recently because I'm trying to grow my...
Yeah, but yours is for a business point of view.
But then in the same sense, with that, I'm also trying to inspire.
Yeah, and I get that. But like, I guess, but as a side caveat to posting for the business, you will get that inspire level. If you weren't an online coach, do you think you would post half as much?
No, that's more of the reason that I'm trying to
and
post
like
more.
me, I'm a videographer. I don't need to post about my training.
Yeah.
And somewhat part of me really likes the idea of a little bit like Dorian Yates, just going ghost and turning up to a comp and then people being like, oh, fucking hell.
Yeah.
Where's he come from?
Would be so nice.
Do you know what I mean?
Would
Like,
be,
not posting anything. No one knows how well you're doing in your training apart from your friends and the people you train with.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you might turn up to a competition and you've got all these people that have said words about you or whatever, and you turn up and level them. And they're like, where the fucking hell has that come from?
Yeah. It takes the pressure off yourself as well.
What a feeling that'd be.
Yeah.
So I just think, I had this thought, like, the past few days I've not been very well and I've not been training. I've got a qualifier to do this afternoon, so fuck knows how that's going to go. But I was like, I might just stop posting completely on it.
Yeah.
I might just start posting more, like, fucking recaps and shit like that. And stop posting my training.
Yeah.
And just think, how cool would it be to turn up to a comp when no one's got a fucking clue what you're going to do and you do something mad?
No, that would be cool. Even just in life.
Yeah.
Like, just doing what you do.
Yeah.
I think unfortunately, that's the world that we live in now.
It
And
is,
you either get on board with it, or you struggle with it.
Yeah.
I think that's ultimately the way that it's going, innit?
100%.
With competition, then, like, do you get the blues afterwards?
Not so much.
Oh God, they absolutely nail me.
Yeah, not so much. I think because normally I've got a bit of a string of comps coming up. But I also find comp training takes away from my own training because you've got to be a bit more specific with, I guess, more in CrossFit than, you know, functional fitness and let's say, you know, the high rock style of training. You've just got, well, I say you've just, I don't mean to, that sounds fucking terrible, but like you're one of your, I'd say 60%, 70% of your focus is your running, because that is a big chunk of a high rocks, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is the running.
Yeah.
Whereas for me, I guess there's so many different modalities I've got to try and do. I've got to be able to fucking do gymnastics. I've got to be able to weightlift. I've got to be able to functionally move well and all that kind of stuff. Comp training, you end up focusing on certain small aspects that you think might come up in comps that you're not very good at. So then a lot of it falls by the wayside. So I actually prefer just training.
Right.
So I don't really get them competition blues as a result, because I look forward to getting back to normal styles of training and just getting after it.
See, for me, they hit me like a bus. I can remember after Berlin, like, it was such a high. Kaz was there with me. First time I'd met you. Did such a good time. Like, it was such a nice weekend.
That was an unreal race. I'll never forget that. You just standing there. I've got time here for a rest. I'm just going to take it. For what?
But yeah, like, it coming back from that, like, my head was up my ass for a couple of weeks. But I think that's what is good with high rocks is you can go away. You can go sightseeing. You can see, like, we was in Berlin. We went to all the touristy sort of stuff. We had, like, loads of nice food. Just, it was an experience rather than a competition.
Yeah, 100%.
And it was the same in Barcelona with my mate Dave. I find the UK ones aren't as bad because it's like you're driving somewhere, you're doing it,
a couple of hours,
you're coming back. But like them ones where you can go abroad, I don't know if it was the same for you in Marbella.
Well, when I got back from Marbella, the week after I had another comp.
Ah, right. So
I
you
was
straight back
literally
into
fell
it.
into another comp, and then 2 weeks after that I then had another comp. So it was like I didn't really get a chance. It was almost like, fuck, I need to get recovered. Fuck, I'm going back in again.
Yeah.
And it wasn't really like a chance of blues, but I can imagine, like you say, for yourself when you've made a holiday of it, so to speak.
Yeah. But even like with the ultra that I did, so I think because I dedicated 6 months of my life to that, and then everything that led up to it, getting the race done, finishing the race, and then being absolutely destroyed afterwards, that low was like, it took me about 4 weeks to get over that.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I had that when I was bodybuilding, because yet again, you know, you're spending 4 or 6 months for one day for a maximum of 15 minutes on stage.
Yeah.
After that, it's all done. Complete. Like, what do you do now? You do
exactly.
get the massive blues because you've obviously your hormones are all over the gaff as it is. But you've spent all that time, all that dedication. Your life has been that for 6 months, and then once it's done and gone, it's like, what do I do now?
Yeah, that purpose is
it's
gone
like,
again.
Like the sheet's been pulled from underneath you, and you're like,
it's wild, isn't it?
Yeah, what the fuck do I do now?
Yeah, it's a difficult thing. I can remember I was trying to like find people that had spoke about it, like post-comp blues, how he was feeling. I messaged the guy who does my coaching, and he was like, it's normal. But I found that there's absolutely nothing out there that says about post-comp blues.
Yeah.
Like there'll be the odd video, but it's nothing like in depth. I checked YouTube, I was searching Instagram, I was just trying to make sense of why I was feeling the way that I was feeling, and come to the like conclusion. After a big event like you said, your hormones are fucked, like completely. I ended up getting, I got all my blood work done through the NHS. Like my testosterone was like really, really low because I was depleted.
Yeah.
But there's nothing out there that says this is what kind of happens, is there? And
No. And I think it's one of those things that people, you know, when they dedicate so long to, they need to be aware of, really, because it can make and break people.
Yeah,
you know,
it can.
Especially I guess within the bodybuilding world. I've known people that have dedicated all their time to it. They've done a show, then after that they've then got an extreme eating disorder, and they've just ruined their physique, themselves, and everything because they've not got this purpose in life anymore. And I guess that's where you've got to reframe it to find a new purpose in life.
Yeah.
Right, that goal's done, and now I need to move on pretty instantly onto the next goal and start mapping out what that's going to look like to give me that purpose to not stop, not tread water or go backwards, to carry on moving forward.
Yeah. It's. Do you like celebrate your goals then? Do you know when you achieve them? How would that look for you? So when I do something, for me it's just like, oh, that was it, it's done.
Yeah,
just crack on.
I'm a little bit like that myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like after every comp, the only comp where I've had a moment was the Rep It Out Elites, because I'd had so much anxiety and worry building up to it, and it was the only time in 32 years I've said to myself, I'm proud of myself for what I've just done.
That's good.
Because I didn't fuck up.
Yeah.
I did things that I never knew I could do, and my partner, who is definitely well above me, was like, mate, I didn't expect all that of you, and you've done fucking brilliant, and like stuff like that. And I was like, I can look at my son and say, well done today, pal, you've done fucking, you've done a job.
Yeah. No, good. I think like to end this sort of chat, one thing that I'd like to say to people who are listening is really practice celebrating your wins.
Yeah.
Because it's a fucking cruel world, and people are going to comment whether you're doing really well or you're not doing really well in their eyes. Like, just try and enjoy it, because I don't do that. I wish I could. I wish I could be my own cheerleader, but I'm just hard on myself. That's what drives me. But I would say if there was one thing I can change about myself, it would be that.
No, I'd agree with you. Like, I guess, this is something Alex Hormozi said. It was like, well, in 40, 50 years, everyone's going to be dead anyway, so what does it fucking matter?
Yeah, yeah.
About what they're saying about you. If you want to do it, do it.
Yeah, and enjoy it whilst
enjoy
you're doing
it. But what you'll find is you'll enjoy the path of getting it more than you'll enjoy the actual thing.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, make sure you celebrate your wins.
Definitely.
Enjoy what you can, and don't get too nervous about competition.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, that's just a normal body reaction, fight or flight.
Yeah, just make sure you do the work.
Yeah.